Under the proposed changes, political leaders will see a pay cut of between 20 and 53%. Our reporter has a breakdown of the salaries.
Under the new framework, the salaries of all office holders are pegged to the pay package of the entry-level minister. For a minister at entry grade, his pay is calculated by taking the median income of the top 1,000 Singaporean wage earners, then giving it a 40% discount. The fixed component of his salary comprises 12 months' pay plus 13-month bonus, while the rest include the annual variable component, which is typically 1 month's pay, and performance and national bonuses of 3 months each for good performance and if targets are met. Based on 2010 figures, this works out to be 1.1 million Singapore dollars.
1.1 million is the norm. A more junior minister can be as low as 935,000. Or acting minister can even be appointed at the grade of an SMS. So there is always that possibility the more senior or senior servant could be paid a bit more than a minister, and so be it.
Where benefits are concerned, there's no change to the current scheme. All political office holders receive $70 a month to buy medical insurance, outpatient subsidies of $350 a year, and a maximum subsidy of $70 a year for dental care. There are no hospitalization benefits, no housing perks, no tax exemptions, and now no more pension scheme too. The Prime Minister's pay is twice that of the entry-level minister, but instead of a performance bonus, he'll receive a higher national bonus. The committee says that's because there is no one to assess the Prime Minister's annual performance. This means he'll get about 2.2 million Sing dollars. He'll also get the use of an official car, subject to taxes. The President's monthly pay follows that of the Prime Minister, but he'll no longer get the performance or national bonus, as his office is a non-executive one. His salary works out to be about 1.5 million Singapore dollars, and the pension provided for under the law will also be scrapped. As for the Speaker of Parliament, his salary package will also not include any performance or national bonus. This comes up to $550,000 a year, half the pay of the junior minister. The Speaker gets use of the official car, again subject to taxes. Proposed changes for MPs have been minimal. They will continue to get an allowance and will no longer receive a performance bonus. This works out to about $192,000 a year, or 17.5% of a junior minister's pay. This is a 3% dip from current allowance.
So what exactly is this new national bonus that replaces the GDP bonus? Our reporter explains.
Political leaders currently get a GDP bonus, which is directly linked to economic performance. What the committee recommends is that besides GDP growth, real or inflation-adjusted median income growth, the real income growth of the poorest 20%, and the unemployment rate should also be considered. Here's how the national bonus is calculated. Let's say in year X, the economy expands by 4%, median income grows by 1%, median income of the bottom 20% increases 0.4%, and unemployment rate is 3.8%. Based on the formula, GDP growth has met the target set, which entitles the minister to 100% of the payout. Income growth didn't do so well, falling within the range that corresponds to a 50% payout. Targets for incomes of the bottom 20% have not been met, so payout is zero. Unemployment rate is in the range that exceeds the target, and so payout is 150%. Each indicator accounts for a quarter of the weighting. Multiply them, add them up, and you get an overall 75% score. Based on the typical bonus of 3 months, the national bonus for year X will be 2.25 months of basic pay. Observers say the national bonus is a small but significant change in how successful governance is defined.
It's not just about numbers alone, but to ensure that the economic growth is also inclusive. Right? So in a way, it seeks to move away from that long time fixation with GDP figures.
GDP growth was criticized by many as being non-representative of everyone. So now you see unemployment as a criteria. You see the lower income group, I think bottom 20%, I believe, as a criteria. And I think that gives it a more rounded edge to the way in which it is looked at. Plus, I feel it is objective. It is also open and transparent.
Observers believe that further tweaks are likely in future and that the national bonus should also be applied to the civil service.
Now, the public service